10th CBSE Chemistry, Carbon and its compounds. From this video, you will understand the tetravalency of carbon, and you will also learn about the octet configuration. Carbon is an element with the atomic number 6. The electronic configuration of carbon being 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. Now observe the structure of carbon atom. It has got 6 protons and 6 neutrons in its atomic nucleus. The 6 electrons are distributed in 2 shells, K shell and L shell. K shell has 2 electrons and L shell has 4 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because carbon has 4 electrons in its outermost shell, that is the last shell, it is in need of 4 more electrons to complete its octet configuration. And hence, we tell that carbon has the valency of 4. It means that it needs 4 more electrons to complete its octet configuration. Octet configuration, which is also known as noble gas configuration, has 8 electrons in the outermost shell of the atom. All the noble gases display such a configuration. We see 8 electrons in their outermost shell. And because of this, the noble gases are very stable. They do not enter into any kind of chemical reaction in normal circumstances. During the formation of a chemical bond, atoms combine together by gaining, losing or sharing electrons in such a way that they acquire the nearest noble gas configuration. And hence, carbon, to attain the nearest noble gas configuration, that is the configuration of the neon atom, enters into a bond formation by sharing electrons. Observe the structure of neon atom. The electronic configuration of neon being 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6. So it has got 2 electrons in its K shell, 2 plus 6, that is 8 electrons in its L shell, that is the last shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With this electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6, the neon atom has a stable configuration of 8 electrons in its outermost shell or the valence shell. And we already know that neon is a noble gas. It doesn't enter into any kind of chemical reactions because of its stability. And the stability is attained by the octet configuration. Now observe the structure of carbon atom. It has got 2 electrons in the K shell and 4 electrons in its outermost shell. So it needs 4 more electrons to complete its octet configuration. Because carbon needs 4 electrons to complete its octet configuration, we call carbon as a tetravalent. The tetravalency of carbon is usually represented by writing the symbol of the atom and drawing the 4 lines around it, which indicates the tetravalency. Carbon, by sharing electrons, acquires the nearest noble gas configuration of neon and becomes stable. Carbon shares electrons to achieve octet configuration. But the question is, why doesn't carbon gain 4 electrons or lose 4 electrons in order to achieve the electronic configuration of noble gas? Now, to answer this question, observe the structure of carbon atom. If 4 electrons are added to the carbon L shell, it will be difficult for the atomic nucleus of carbon with 6 protons to hold 10 electrons. Also, the proton-electron number becomes imbalanced and carbon loses its neutral nature. Further, it cannot lose 4 electrons because that needs a large amount of energy. Carbon solves this problem by sharing pairs of electrons with other carbon atoms or atoms of different elements. After watching this video, you have understood the tetravalency of carbon and the octet configuration.